Hello and welcome. My name is Occupied Splash, and today I'm going to be doing another tour of ancient Greece. I'm not entirely sure which one this is, but you'll know from the title of the video. But yeah, this is the next recommended tour, so let's just hop right on with it. The famous cities. Alright, start the tour.
Welcome, traveler, to the ruins of Mycenae.
Mycenae. Who are you?
My name is Herodotus, and I am a traveler from Halicarnassus. I retrace the cause of various events, such as wars and great calamities. I describe what I see and record what I'm told, all with the aim of providing a better understanding of why these things occur. Look for me to introduce you to many sites.
Alright, cool. So, let's start the tour.
These are the ruins of Mycenae, center of the old Mycenaean civilization. It was home to great warriors and heroes. In many ways, places like Athens and Sparta stand on the shoulders of its accomplishments. This tour will take you through its ruins and introduce you to its most important monuments, revealing its history in the process. I hope you enjoy yourself. I'll be waiting for you at the end of your visit.
Okay, let's get it started. What do you say, McKinney's? Something like that. Let's start tour number 1.
The Mycenaean civilization flourished in the Late Bronze Age between 1600 and 1200 BCE. During this period, it was mainly located in the Peloponnese and central Greece. Mycenaeans were known for exploring distant lands. Notably, they battled the Hittite allied city of Walusa in a conflict that was believed to be the inspiration for Homer's Trojan War. But the Mycenaean people didn't only travel to fight. They learned much from their neighbors, the Minoans of Crete, such as how to write syllabic script on clay tablets. Such tablets provide evidence that Mycenaeans spoke an early form of Greek. They also tell of how great Mycenaean kings ruled over their warriors from opulent palaces in places like Mycenae, Thebes, and Knossos.
So these were the building blocks of the Greece Empire, I guess? I don't know. Interesting. Let's learn more. Mycenaean warriors roamed the seas on 20 to 50 oared galleys. Knowledge about their various ventures abroad can be traced back to many sources, such as cargo from Bronze Age shipwrecks and Egyptian pharaonic artifacts discovered in Mycenaean palaces. Oh, cool. Alright. Let's go to tour spot number 2.
The entrance to Agamemnon's Citadel, or the Lion Gate, is one of the most iconic monuments in Mycenae. It is impressive for both its height and for the intimidating rendering on its relief, which depicts 2 lions standing on either side of a column. Unfortunately, the lions' heads, which were presumably made of a precious metal or higher quality stone, have been lost to time. The gate was most likely meant to greet a triumphant king returning home from successful military campaigns and to awe foreign visitors.
Alright. Let's take a look at this gate some more. The Lion Gate was described by the traveler Pausius in the 2nd century CE. He stated the 2 animals on the relief were lions, but it is unknown if their heads were still in place at the time. Numerous seals and carved gems from the 13th century BCE depicted similar images of lions, panthers, and griffins. There were also other gates guarded by lions in the eastern Mediterranean, such as the one in Hattusa, the capital of the Hittite Empire. Oh, cool. Alright. Let's go. Wow. It's amazing that this stuff stood the test of time, and we still have some of the ruins to explore today.
When these shafts were discovered by archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann in 1876, he believed the 6 gold-filled graves to be connected with the family of the great king Agamemnon, even going so far as to proclaim a gold mask he found within to be the death mask of Agamemnon. However, this was refuted by later excavations, which showed that the 19 bodies buried in the shafts dated back to a few hundred years before Agamemnon was even born. In fact, at the time of the body's burial, the Lion Gate and the citadel walls had not even been built yet. It's estimated that the people in the graves were members of the first Mycenaean dynasty. The graves later became a place of worship for Mycenaean kings who raised walls to protect them. These walls helped preserve several incredible artifacts, including women's jewelry, death masks, and masterfully crafted weapons.
Dang, okay. Let's learn more. The artifacts found in the grave circles are noteworthy for their monetary value, but also because some of the features feature detailed fighting and hunting scenes that help historians better understand the life of early Mycenaean elites. Shaft grave burials were eventually abandoned around 1500 BCE and replaced with more prestigious tholos tombs. Oh, well, that's not creepy at all. Let's go. Alright, where do I get to climb off to next? Over here. Dang, this place is pretty cool, especially for being that old. Wonder what it looks like today.
By 1250 BCE, Mycenae was at the height of its power, and its living quarters and workshops were numerous. Houses were built everywhere, from the top of the palace's hill near the king's residence, to the slopes and terraces within the walls, to the nearby hills outside the citadel. At one point, the citadel's walls even had to be enlarged to make room for more quarters. The people who lived inside the citadel were those with high status in either the military, religious, or administrative sectors of the kingdom. This is reflected by the ceramic and metal vessels inside the houses, as well as their painted plastered walls.
Alright, interesting. Alright, let's take a look at this one. Mycenaean houses rarely had windows and would have been rather dark and poorly ventilated. Oh, that sucks. As a result, most household activities probably took place in the courtyard and vestibule, while sacrifices and feasting occurred in the Megaron hall. Some houses also had basements for storing food, tools, textiles, and other such items. Yeah, well, I guess it makes sense that food and stuff would be stored in basements, because that's probably the coolest spot. That's why like in London and stuff, there are root cellars, and in the States, oh cool, there are quite a lot of root cellars as well in different houses.
A traveler seeking an audience with the king would have first ascended a steep ramp from the Lion Gate to the citadel's summit. Here, they would have walked into the palatial complex through a grand entrance called the Propylon. Once inside, their gaze would immediately be drawn to the palace's main hall, a monumental area known as the Megaron. The vividly decorated Megaron, which glittered with precious objects and colorful frescoes in its heyday, was where the king would have received the traveler. If the king was feeling generous, he would have shared with the visitor the palace's most marvelous feature, its commanding and majestic view, which stretched from the plain of Argolis to the gleaming Aegean Sea.
Dang, that does look like a good view. Hopefully we get to see it. Let's learn more. The Megaron Palace was an architectural wonder in its time, especially in regards to the preparation work that had to be done before its construction. The hill the palace was built on was steep and rugged, so some of the buildings had to be placed on artificial terraces supported by walls. Unfortunately, these preparations did not save the palace from an earthquake around 1200 BCE. The quake destroyed much of the structure, including part of the domus and prodomus. As a result, historians have had to draw comparisons with better preserved palaces across Greece to fully reconstruct the palace in Mycenea. Yeah, well, I mean, I would assume that stuff built on artificial terraces probably wouldn't last too incredibly long, because, you know, time absolutely destroys everything. Alright, let's take a look at this one. Ooh, this looks cool.
It was in this palace where a legendary Mycenaean king like Agamemnon would have held court. According to Homer and other poets, Agamemnon led the Greeks in the sack of Troy. Stories say that he was a fearsome warrior on par with Achilles, but also an overly ambitious and arrogant ruler. He sacrificed his own daughter, Iphigenia, to convince Artemis to grant his ships passage to Troy. After conquering the city, he returned to Mycenae with mounds of riches, and a Trojan named Cassandra as his concubine. Agamemnon's wife Clytemnestra was not pleased with her husband's sacrifice of their daughter. She plotted to murder her husband out of anger. The plot was successful, and, depending on the version of the story, Agamemnon was either murdered in his bath by Clytemnestra or killed by his cousin Aegisthus during a banquet.
Well, damn, I sure hope he died after he sacrificed his daughter for riches and victory. What the hell? I couldn't even imagine. His daughter's life was worth so little to him, apparently. It's horrible. Alright, let's talk to this guy.
You've completed the tour. I trust it was an eye-opening experience. Though it did not last, Mycenae was a sort of precursor to what would eventually become the Greek civilization we know today. It's important we remember them, if only to avoid repeating their mistakes. Now, what else would you like to do?
Well, for one, I definitely don't want to repeat their mistakes of sacrificing my daughter that I don't have yet for riches. That seems pretty messed up.
Then let's begin. First, I have quite a simple question. Which ancient city may have been the inspiration for Homer's depiction of Troy?
This one, obviously. Or maybe was it Conos? Let's just say this one.
No, the Meginians who were at war with Troy in the first place.
Oh. Conos?
Gnosos was the supposed site of the legendary Minotaur, but it did not inspire Troy. Although, I am certain the Trojans wished they had a Minotaur on their side during the war. Either way, try again.
Dang, I really did not pay attention. Let's go Wilusa.
Yes, the Mycenaeans' conflict with the city of Wilusa allegedly inspired Homer's Trojan War. Now, for the second question. Agamemnon sacrificed his daughter Iphigenia to convince which god to allow him to proceed to Troy?
God damn, it was Artemis.
Yes, Agamemnon sacrificed Iphigenia to reconcile with Artemis, who then allowed his ships to pass to Troy. Now, one last question. What was the name of Agamemnon's Trojan concubine?
Cassandra?
Correct. Following the sack of Troy, Agamemnon sailed home with the Trojan prophetess named Cassandra. You've studied the ruins well, traveler.
Alright, that's all for now. I want to see the view
Then,
from the top.
I suppose this is farewell. At least for now. Safe travels.
Alright, let's look at the view. Wait, did that guy disappear? I need him to take me to the next tour. Dang it. Alright. Oh well, let's go find what the top of this place looks like. I gotta see this legendary view. Climb, climb, climb. I forget how to climb. Can I get up to the very top? Yes, there is a ladder. Go. I should be able to just... There we go. Take a look at this view. Oh, dang. Yeah, that's a pretty good view. I could imagine having a view of this just at my house. You know? Just see all this crap. Nice. Alright, now let's go find the guy that will take us to the next thing. The next tour, if you will. What is that up there? Let's see. Let's take a look. What is this? Temple of Aphrodite. Oh, maybe I'll do that in a little bit. Alright, come on. Down. Down you go. Can't you just jump off like a normal-ass person? Alright, let's go to the next tour. Okay, so we are at the next tour. We're at the Sanctuary of Olympia. Cool. Oh wow, it looks pretty nice. Alright, so this is one we'll do next video. We'll play this Sanctuary of Olympia tour next time. If you want to see me do other stuff, like maybe I'll make an episode where I run around and look at all the random stuff they have speckled throughout. Just comment what you want to see. Alright, thank you for watching. My name is Occupied Splash, and I will see you next time.